opened the side door. He had long, dirty, filthy hair. His clothes were just horrendous. He smelled, you could smell him a mile away. And he would just come in, sit down, and he would just put his head down, never look up, and just would eat his meal. And he would go out the door and go on his way and never bother anybody. One day, what I try to do every day is I go into the dining room, and I take my plate, and I walk and I say, "May I join you for lunch?" And I approached him, and I said to him, "Excuse me, do you think it'd be okay if I join you for lunch?" And he picked his head up and he said, "Oh, Deacon Peter, never thought you would ask me to have lunch with me." I have to be honest, my heart fell into my stomach because I didn't realize that maybe I was avoiding him. I sat down and I said, "So what's your story?" He said, "Well, my name is Eugene." He goes, "And I'm an alcoholic. And because of my alcoholism, I lost my wife, my family, my house, and my career. Well, let me point something out to you and make it perfectly clear. It's no one's fault but my own." So I said, "Well, Eugene, if that's the case and you recognize that, then you can help yourself." "Yes, I know that." He goes, "But I'm not quite ready. But I have a few questions for you, Deacon Peter, and maybe you can answer them for me." I said, "Sure, what are they?" He goes, "Where is a homeless person supposed to take a shower?" He goes, "Don't think that I don't know how offended you are sitting across from me, because I can't stand the smell of myself." So I said to him, I said, "Well, that's a good question, Eugene." He goes, "And where is a homeless person supposed to get clean clothes?" I said, "That's another good question." So the conversation went on. I said, "Well, what's your past?" He goes, "Oh, my past? I have 2 master's degrees, one in philosophy and one in political science. I was an educator." He goes, "Till my drinking got in the way of it." He goes, "So I decided to move down here from Connecticut to try to find a new way in life." So I said, "Well, Eugene, you know, you're acknowledging you know what your problem is, and it's only you can make that change, but if you're ready to make that change, I'm willing to help you." And he goes like this, he goes, "I'm not quite ready." Well, that conversation ended that day, and I probably had lunch with him 9, 10 times during a period of time, and then he disappeared. It was a year ago, January, I received an email from him. And he said, "Dear Deacon Peter, I don't know if you remember me. My name is Eugene." Now, Lynn and I chuckled about this. I don't know, any Eugenes in the room? Well, I didn't think so, because it's not that common of a name. So I knew exactly who it was, because I think he was the second Eugene I ever met in my life. So I said to him, he said to me, "I just want to thank you, because when I was hungry, you gave me food. But more than giving me food, you inspired hope. You taught me to not give up. Not that I didn't know it, but it was hearing it from someone on the outside. And so, you inspired me. I moved back to Connecticut. I went into a 6-month in-house rehab program. It's been a year since I've had a drink. I'm teaching at the University of Connecticut. My life is coming back together. I'm no longer living in the woods. I have an apartment. I have a car. And life is good. The only thing missing is my family life. But someone told me that if I don't give up and I'm persistent in prayer, that too can change. I just want to thank all of you at the Community Kitchen for making that difference." My sisters and brothers, this is what it's about. It's about making that difference. Now, what effect did Eugene have on Deacon Peter? Last January, we opened an emergency clothing room. We were looking for another agency to do it, but they chose not to, and somebody had to do it, so we said, well, it's time to break down the barriers of just feeding and clothing. And so we started an emergency clothing room where we assisted over 3,000 people last year. Not only the homeless, but those who gained employment, who needed to have the khaki pants, or the black collar shirt, or the white collar shirt, some clean underwear, socks, slip-free boots, you know. We were able to help them, and that's all because of Eugene. So, oftentimes when we meet somebody, I always say, it's God whispering in our ear, telling us what we need to do. Our vision for the Community Kitchen is this. We will continue our legacy of feeding the hungry. That's what we've been doing so well for 25 years. And now we're in our second year of providing clothing. We'd like to have a facility where we'll be able to have a men's and women's locker room so that the homeless can have a place to take a shower. We also would like to have a place where they can do their laundry. Because what we're learning, especially from the homeless population, is every week they're coming in saying, can I get some clean clothes? And you don't say no. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to empower them to say, you can go right to the laundry room and we have somebody there who will help you do your laundry. See, it's about lifting them up, restoring their personal dignity and the pride that each and every one of us were created to have. And we want to make that difference. The other part of it is we want to have an agency where it's one shop all. Or as I mentioned to Lynn when we were having lunch, it says, it's kind of like the Walmart of social services. You come to the community kitchen, we'll feed you, we'll clothe you, we'll restore your personal dignity by allowing you to have a clean shower, take a clean shower, feel good about yourself, do your laundry, and then go in the front part of the building where we'll have job employment skills and training. And the first part of that will be literacy classes. Literacy classes for both adults and children, because somebody has to break that vicious cycle. So after we have the literacy classes, at the same time we'll have job employment skills. How to use a computer, how to search for jobs online. That's where all the jobs are today. I mean, you can walk in and say, no, you got to go online. You have to go online. Well, we're going to teach them how to go online, fill out an application, what to do after you complete that online application, how to follow up on it, and then how to sell yourself in an interview. And this came to me from a couple people. One individual, I was walking through the dining room, and I said, how are we doing today? Oh, not too good, Deacon Peter. I said, what's the matter? I had a job interview. I go, well, that's not bad. He goes, well, it was pretty bad, because they asked me a question, and I didn't know how to answer it, so I froze. He goes, I guess I'm just stupid. I go, no, you're not stupid. That's a skill set that many of us, we take it for granted, because it was just given to us by the way we were our upbringing. So I said, I'll help you with that if you want. And that was that person, or that greater one, whispering in my ear again, saying, you need to teach them how to sell themselves in an interview, how to be given the opportunity. The next phase will be what to do after they get the job, is to have a mentor or a coach, so that they have somebody they can lean on. And this came to me, I have the privilege of serving on the Low Country Food Bank Agency Council down in Charleston. And I was presented this presentation just like I'm giving it to you, and a woman said, well, you better make sure you have mentors. I go, excuse me? She goes, well, here's a quick story. Young girl, unemployed, 2 years, goes for a job. They help her through the whole process. Exactly what you're talking about, Deacon Peter. Get them ready, get them into the workplace. And she goes into the workplace, and she starts working. And all of a sudden, the phone rings to the mentor saying, we just want to let you know, and it's not the person's name, I don't honestly remember it, Susie is going to get fired tomorrow. She's going to be terminated because she's a great worker, but she doesn't seem to know how to tell time. She starts at 7:30, and every day she comes in at 7:45. It's a problem, and we can't have it. So the woman said to her, well, you give us the opportunity to call her in and speak with her so that we can find out what the situation may be. Maybe it's something we can correct. You have until tomorrow. So she called her in, the girl came in, sat down with her, and she says, how's your job going? And she was on fire. She was excited. She was like, oh my gosh, she goes, I'm so happy. I love my job. I'm making money. I have an apartment. She goes, I have clean clothes on my back. I have food in my refrigerator. They go, well, how's the job going in terms of getting there on time? The young lady put her head down and started crying. She says, is there a problem? I said, well, I have to drop my daughter off at the bus stop at 7:30 in the morning. So every morning I bring my daughter to the bus stop to make sure she gets on the bus safely, and then I go right to work. She goes, I knew they had a problem with it because they were talking behind my back and kind of giggling. She goes, I just don't know what to do. So the mentor said to her, well, how about if we try to make an arrangement for you where we can have your daughter dropped off? But before we even do that, let's call your employer. Does your employer know about this? No. Well, why wouldn't you share it with them that you have to to lose my job. I haven't had one in 2 years. So, why don't you have a seat in the lobby? They called the place of employment. The boss happened to be there, gets on the phone, they explained it to him, and this is how it ended. Really? Why didn't you tell us? And it was explained. And basically he said, well, you tell her, starting tomorrow, her hours are 7:45 to 3:50. So the point is, you have to have somebody there, because she was never going to say anything. She would have lost her job and been right back in that vicious cycle of being unemployed. So it's a great challenge. So we want to have the mentor program. And one last thing in this vision that I'd like to share with you today is, besides having programs such as English as a second language and other programs that can help build people up, it's a budgeting literacy program. And this came from another guest. I was walking through the dining room, and there was this young girl, Debbie, and Debbie was coming to us for about 9 months. She missed the hiring blitz in Myrtle Beach. She came down a little bit too late, so she was unable to find employment. She was living in her car, ultimately became homeless. But Debbie had drive. Nothing was going to stop this woman. You could see it in her eyes. She was a wonderful person. She had a great personality. She was, I'm not giving up. So she ultimately was able to get a job right in Myrtle Beach at it was a new Waffle House that was built on 17 business. She was working, she said, 62 hours a week. And this is how I learned this. She came into the dining room one day on her day off. And I saw her, and I approached her. I said, Debbie, how's it going? She goes, oh, Deacon Peter, I am so blessed. She goes, I'm working like 62 hours a week. And my tips, I'm killing it. She goes, I am absolutely killing it. Life is great. So she said, so I said to her, I go, well, that's wonderful, Debbie. I said, can I ask you a question? She goes, absolutely. I said, Debbie, are you saving for a rainy day? She looked at me, and she grabbed my hand, and she said, Deacon Peter, I've worked rainy days. The metaphor went right over the head. She get it? I said, Debbie, that's not what